So unusual to see neither of the Shell V-Power Racing cars qualifying for the Armour All Top 10 shootout. That'll be coming up a bit later here at the Vodafone Gold Coast 600, but more support action out on the circuit right now. It's the last race of the championship for Cam's Jayco Australian Formula 4. The future stars of Aussie motor racing are out there right now, and they're ready to go. And Matt Nolte joining me for this one, just like he did yesterday. Tricky conditions finally out of the way. We can enjoy a series finale here with the championship scenario now out of the way.
Chad, how good is this weather compared to yesterday? It is magnificent here on the Gold Coast for the final day of the Vodafone Gold Coast 600. Really looking forward to another 300 kilometres later on today. Like you said, championship is sorted for these young guys. It's now just a flat-out race over the next 11 laps.
Definitely the biggest moment of the weekend. Tyler Everingham in his last round for Cam's Jayco Formula 4, reaching for the sky. Wow, in the Virgin Australia Beach chicane. How appropriate. And amazingly, this car came back down, albeit with a thud. How about Ryan Sully had one as well? It's been a bit of a trend this weekend. We used to see it with the Champ cars and Indy cars back in the day as well.
Watch the way it comes down. Now watch his neck on the landing here. He just bounces down into that car. This was Cameron Shields joining the highlights reel as well, the McDonald's number 73.
And you'd swear that was Sebastian Bourdais.
Exactly.
When you look at that shot right there, it's incredible.
10 years ago.
How his streak can repeat itself. And thankfully, all three of those cars and drivers were okay, but definitely trying the limits with that beach chicane down towards the back part of the circuit. So Nick Rowe has this championship signed, sealed and delivered. Can he manage to finish off his stint in Cam's Jayco Formula 4 in style? That guy has the Burson Rookie of the Year award pretty much wrapped up now as well. Great news that Bursons will be sticking around and supporting junior level racing again with Cam's in season 2018. Also Castrol's come on as a sponsor. Looking forward to seeing how Liam Lawson goes here, starting off the second row. He was the race 1 winner this weekend.
He was great in the wet conditions yesterday too, the Kiwi driver. As they are on their formation lap around here, around the back side of the Virgin Australia Beach chicane. What a picturesque circuit. Such an iconic circuit on our tour, isn't it?
How's that spot? The AU Falcon over watching the action at turn 11. It's Nick Rowe in his last race for Cam's Jayco Formula 4, starting alongside Simon Fallon. We go back a row, and it's an all-star cast of BRM drivers, Liam Lawson and Cameron Shields. Watch out for rookie Aaron Love pushing up through the field. Lewis Leeds, Formula Renault 3.5 driver from Europe here in this race as well, the boy from Melbourne. And Jordan Mazzaroli's Sage Murdoch will be out the back. 6 rows of cars ready to go. And can these two drivers in their last appearances, Rowe and Everingham, finish off their young careers in this category in style? It's part of the regulations that you're only allowed to do 2 full seasons. So how will it go now towards the end of this one?
Where does Nick Rowe go from this point too? We know he's been very handy in a speed car on the dirt tracks around Australia as well. These guys come to take their positions. Just a 12-car field, but certainly the future looking bright with the recent announcement yesterday of another team joining this series in 2018.
Yeah, Patrizzi Corsa will be on the grid for 2018, which is huge. Michael Patrizzi, former supercar driver, and definitely knows his way around team management through his Karting Australia operation, importer of Ricardo Kart chassis. They do a great job in the Australian Karting Championship. Cannot wait to see how they go on the grid, bolstering the Formula 4 sides for next year. So it's Rowe, Fallon, Lawson, Shields, Love and Leeds, AGI, BRM, and also Zagami Autosport covered in the front 3 rows. Brought up his 50th race start yesterday and looking to score his 13th podium here in 17 rounds, Nick Rowe. It's been a dominant 3 years. He'll cap it off with AGI Sports' first championship. And a dangerous prospect of these young drivers being finished work by midday on a Sunday afternoon on the Gold Coast. It's going to be a big day for him. Let's go racing. Great to see open wheelers, wings and slicks running around Surfers Paradise, and an even start between the leaders. Liam Lawson's got the best seat in the house. We'll sit back to see what happens here. There in the road for 2 above them, wheels on the way down to the turn 1 chicane. We weren't even alive 500 metres as they scatter like ants through the chicane. They were like magnets for a second that I thought that was going to be much, much bigger than what it was. Thankfully, they get away with it. It's clean down here at turn 4. Yes, nicely done. Sage Murdoch rounding out the field as we go down towards the Virgin Australia Beach chicane. Aaron Love level here with Ryan Sully, just pulls back in behind him. We're right on board with Sul right now.
Down to the Virgin Australia Beach chicane for the first time. Rights and lefts across the top of these curves and these stiffly sprung Formula 4 cars on the first lap. Now, if you go on the theory we saw yesterday, there's going to be plenty of action in this one because they were well behaved in both those races yesterday.
Yeah, very much so. Last day of school for these kids.
Muck-up day.
Very much. Rowe, Fallon, Lawson, top three as they started. Liam Lawson's speed and particularly wet conditions has been impressive. Here he goes on his teammate, Fallon. Gives him a little bit of room, but it's not going to happen there unless he gets this switchback. Loves a switchback, doesn't he, Liam Lawson? Oh, he's timed that one beautifully. Oh, nicely done. I'll go side by side. Can he get a bit of a side draft off the side pod of his teammate?
He's trying. These are great pitches. And unlike Jay Robson and Duckworth in practice for Aussie racing cars, these two stay side by side down into turn number 1.
Keeping their hands on the wheel.
Exactly.
As we approach down at turn 1.
Oh, wow.
Here he comes again. Fallon will have to drop back in behind him, and that is a nice move. Made it stick all the way from the last corner. Love going on the defensive. A green flag waving in that part of the track would suggest there was a yellow flag elsewhere. Let's check out some replays from the start. Very even jump between the front two. Gee, they got close there for a moment.
We saw this from the onboard, didn't we? Watch this on the way down to 1. They bumped wheels. Probably more damning on the onboard camera. The centre field scattering. At least 3 cars went to the inside. Make it 4 with James Murdoch in the back there. Good start by Ryan Sewell here. Just about perfect.
15-year-old Queenslander, part of the CAMS Foundation Rising Star program. Looking forward to seeing who the new Rising Stars are for 2018. And you're right, that was a ripping start. You take the chicane or you take the shortcut? Yep. 2 into 1, it's not going to work, but you do need to slot back into position if you do take that shortcut.
Oh, we get the 2 here. We've got to drive out that turn.
Now, watching the background here, that's why we had a yellow flag.
Ouch.
Oh, that was...
It's Mazzaroli again down there in the chicane.
It was a heavy landing for young Jordan. And the Sydney side is parked in the tyres. Freshly painted curbs down there overnight. The attention to detail around this venue is amazing. And he's out of the car. Although he's about 100 metres away from the Super 5000, which is parked around the corner. You can go check out the future of open wheel racing in this country. I had a close look at that car this morning, Matt. My goodness. Big thumping V8 engine, old school looking car.
How good it sound?
Oh, man. Leanne Tander driving it this week, and we saw it at Sandown as well. And the future of open wheel racing is exciting in this country. Super 5000 on the horizon.
Jordan Mazzaroli walking away from the scene and ushered back towards the Team Medical Australia car. Here's the 97 of Nick Rowe. We know he's good on the dirt tracks.
I don't think he's going to make that chicane somehow, Matt. Decided he didn't want to be the 4th driver to go airborne through there. Just having a quick look at the mirror, making sure he's good to come back on, but had plenty of room there. And unfortunately, Jordan Mazzaroli stuck down there in the tyre fence. So you cast an eye towards Nick Rowe's amazing career, 3 seasons in this category, which has already yielded 10 round wins. If he stays where he is at the moment, might be able to pick up another one. Beautiful day, not just for the shootout, to be out on the water as well.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Matt's promised me that he's going to go for a dip out there tomorrow and remember to swim between the flags, Matt, which is the message this weekend.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
How cool is that?
This is how we remember Surfers Paradise.
Oh, 100%. Short circuit, long circuit, doesn't matter. This is what you want to see. Waves breaking on the Golden Beaches. Helicopters permanently taking off and landing, taking passengers up for a quick look around this amazing precinct.
And the crowd, we've just wandered through.
Look at this.
They are packed in here today.
Air traffic control will be flat out right now.
Exactly. That's probably the easiest way to get in and out of the complex. I know that's how you got in here this morning, even though it was only a 500-metre walk.
So Nick Rowe, in this championship, Matt, has really dominated. First driver to reach 50 races yesterday. Most pole positions with 6 as we get set for a restart here. Most pole positions in a season equal with Thomas Randall with 4. Most podiums. Potentially most round wins. Seeing how we go here as well. Could be the first to win 3 rounds in a row. He's the record breaker, Nick Rowe.
He's going to leave this series with a bang, isn't he, when he finishes up at the end of this race. As the Vodafone safety car speeds away from the field, and Nick Rowe will lead this man. Liam Lawson, who we ride on board with Simon Fallon back in 3rd. Lewis Leeds making a guest appearance. He's one of the original competitors in Formula 4 in this country back in 2015. Cameron Shields in 5th, Ryan Sewell in 6th. And Aaron Love and the rest of the field line up as we get set for the restart at the end of lap number 4.
Teenagers are ready to go. Nick Rowe, one of 2 drivers who can legally go out and party in this field tonight. Just think Zane Morse, who are over the age of 18. That's how young these drivers are. Bringing us back to the green flag. Restart, Cam's Jayco Formula 4, race number 3. Lewis Leeds tries to get a little bit of heat into the tyres. Back underway.
So down into the chicane we go on lap number 5. Across the curbs and out the other side. What's Lawson got for us here? He's had a chance to reset us down the inside and contact us Ryan Sewell.
That was teammate on teammate because he actually clipped Lewis Leeds, and this will really bank the field up. Leeds had a really good catch to save it. Oh no, Everingham nearly cops a shot from Shields. Can they sort it out before the beach chicane? Somehow they go back to single file. Gee, that was brewing, and they did a very good job to pull it all back together. Somehow they continue on.
Aaron Love was looking left, looking right. He had Formula 4 cars either side of him. He holds down that position in 4th, but they're queuing up behind him.
Gee, what a scrap this is. Sewell went launching down the inside. Here it is again at turn 4. Watch the battle from 4th backwards. Leeds thought about covering, then decided no, he didn't need to. And then bang, the Ray White entry clips the rear and nearly sends his teammate spinning around. In his defense, Shields did kind of crowned him down there on the inside. It was pretty close between the 2 of them.
Yeah, where'd you look, really, isn't it?
Wow, how tight was that? Aggressive action on the restart.
So now it starts to really heat up for the top 3 positions as Rowe, Lawson and Fallon have put nearly 3 seconds on the field already on that first lap of the restart. So 2 big freight trains of cars going around this Surfers Paradise Street Circuit on lap number 6. Look back to Leeds, Love, Morse, Shields and Ryan Sewell with some slight damage to his number 5 car. The Rookie of the Year this year, the Cam's Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship. It's across the Virgin Australia Beach chicane we go again. This time Fallon straight lines it.
Oh, now Love as well. Quickly ducks across to the left-hand side, fight for the leaders on. Lawson to the outside of Nick Rowe. Riding on board, looking over the shoulder of the 15-year-old who's now moved into 2nd in this championship as a result of an unusually slow weekend for Cameron Shields. Hasn't been Shields' weekend, and Lawson has pounced. And P2 on debut in this championship, Matt, would be a very impressive effort.
There's no pressure on Nick Rowe here. It's all about bragging rights and what he can add to that list of success he's had in 2017. But Lawson looks hungrier here.
He won the New Zealand Formula 4 Championship at 14 years of age. He really is one of the future stars on the up at the moment over there in Auckland. Bases himself out of Pukekohe East and backed by Ken Smith, who's an absolute icon of Kiwi racing, particularly open wheelers. Had a part to play in a few different careers, including Shane Van Gisbergen's. Here we go, turn 4, Everingham and Sewell. And I think that wing is starting to scrape on the ground for Ryan Sewell. The end plate looks like it's going along for the ride. You can see it's wobbling around out there.
Just touching the ground, isn't it?
I'm amazed it stayed on. It was a hefty knock. These McGales can take a bit of a whack. Great car to learn in.
With lap 7, down to turn 11. These guys 5 seconds behind. Our leading 3 is down the inside. Another challenge. He left enough racing room down there of Morse, but he's going to be passed down here by Tyler Everingham. This tricky little complex of left and rights.
That was tight. Zane Morse fighting with a pair of Zagami Autosport drivers. 3 car Zagami operation this weekend, and Sewell's got a really nice run. This should be tight. He's got the momentum. Got the slipstream. Approaching nearly 200 kilometres per hour. Teenagers having at it. Tough spot to make this move stick though. Oh, Morse just crowding him over to the left-hand side of the road. He doesn't want to pull out of it. Oh, that was tight. There must have been millimetres in it. They're still side by side.
Morse gave him nothing down that straight, did he? It was great racing. Sewell would be steaming behind the wheel of car number 5 right now as he lines up for version 2.0 on the backside of this street circuit in Surfers Paradise. Won't be able to do it here. He's on a mission even with that front wing damage.
Great momentum. Turn 11, an opportunity. Does Morse cover? Leaves it open. Still not close enough. Great scrap. A pair of CAMS Foundation Rising Star recipients getting a scholarship to compete in this championship. And it gets better for Ryan Sewell here. He gets that Burson Rookie of the Year award and gets a $20,000 discount on his lease for next season, which is a huge free kick. Comes courtesy of Burson Auto Parts and their fantastic relationship with CAMS. So look out for Ryan Sewell next year, Sagami Autosport driver. Here we go. Shields on his teammate here, pair of BRMs.
It's a carbon copy of the previous lap with Morse and Ryan Sewell down to the turn 1 chicane. Nick Rowe has a 0.2 of a second lead over Lawson, another second back to Fallon, but nearly 4.5 seconds back to this group of cars as they hit their way towards the Virgin Australia Beach chicane. Just Jordan Mazzaroli, the only DNF in this race so far, as we're in the closing stages of the final race of this year's CAMS Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship.
Here we go. Whoa. Great run through the chicane. Rowe comes across on him. He's left him barely enough room. It's enough to make you gasp, but he sneaks on through. Liam Lawson, what a move, and the Kiwi leads the race. Nick Rowe didn't exactly give him the invite, made him work for it.
So Rowe, will he respond? I said earlier in the race that Lawson looked hungrier for the win. He pinches the right front into the left-hander and onto the long Gold Coast Highway. Check this out. Coming through the chicane. It looked cool from the onboard. What did it look like from high above as he squeezed him right out towards the wall.
Somehow there was a hole in that defence and he found his way through it. Here it is again. There's about the perfect width between the Formula 4 and the wall, and he manages to sneak on through. Liam Lawson. How about that for bravery? Now this will go a lap short here. Time certain finish coming. Last lap. The 21st and final race for season 2017. Lawson, winner of race 1. And that will also put him on top of the round honours this weekend too.
Can Simon Fallon get second? He's suddenly in the mix, that number 27 car behind. Will he try and do what Liam Lawson did on the previous lap? Don't think he can do it from this point. A couple of cheeky passing opportunities available here, especially down here in this left-hander. Or will he use the slipstream and have a drag race at the finish line off the final turn?
Lawson with a bit of a slide. It's been an entertaining season. Started at Sandown. It started with Liam Lawson winning on debut. Everyone stood up and went, wow, this kid, he means business. This young, fast Kiwi at just 15 years of age is showing way. He's a future star. He'll win the last race of the season. He'll win the last round of the season, and he'll beat the champ home. Congratulations to 15-year-old Liam Lawson. Gee, earned that one, and he's a winner on the streets of the Gold Coast, ahead of Nick Rowe, who finishes up his time in CAMS Jayco Formula 4 with another podium. Strong effort, great scraps the whole way through the field. They saved the best to last. That was an awesome race. And the scary prospect here, Matt, there's about 7 hours until their gala awards dinner for these kids to start the party. And I think it'll be at Liam Lawson's house right now, because he is a winner here on the streets of the Gold Coast. That was good stuff, and by less than half a second, Lawson hangs on. Fallon inside the top 3, and back-to-back podiums for him here this weekend. And that's Lewis Leeds' best result of the weekend. Congratulations to him. Good luck for hopefully another season in Formula Renault 3.5. He was telling me earlier this morning that he wants to have another crack at it and do a second season. Unfortunately, Mazzaroli finishes his season off with a did not finish.